Hello, my AP2 second year algebra based physics kiddies. Lovely to see you. I'm going to just do a bit more places to go to help you guys prepare for our celebration, which you all know, I'm sure, as to when it is coming. The AP exam scheduled for 2020 as I'm scrolling down here to the sciences, the second year algebra based physics, May 13 is our happy time. This also then tells you what those two questions are. This is hopefully not the first time you've been to this particular page because I remember showing it to you, gosh, 3-ish weeks ago in that first there video. Now, here's again some things you hopefully are not seeing for the first time. The topics that are go that they can test you on this particular May 13 are numbers 1 through 5. The ones they are not going to test you over, 6 and 7. And you should know by now what those topics are. If you do not, that's bad because on this course at a glance, which is again something I show SDM, the Physics 2 course at a glance right there, is something I did show you in that item. Again, will come up, and this is something that was taken straight off the AP Central website too. The first thing that they can test you over is fluid. So I will show you some more places to go to review things about density and pressure, buoyancy, and all the Bernoulli conservation of energy and conservation of mass. All right, thermo is feeling the heat, baby. Please be able to find more info on these particular topics, and I will show you where to go there. But that's one where we talked about what Santa Claus having a luau or something. Topic 3, electric force fields and potentials. So this is where we start to overlap with the physics C class. But anything dealing with static electricity is pretty much everything here, which there's quite a bit on electrostatics. And then circuits, you guys all know, is when those charges now move around in cycles. But please remember what capacitors do, Kirchhoff's loops rules, all right? Conservation of charge, junction rule, that sort of stuff. And it looks like you guys will be tested on magnets. The C second year students, E&M, apparently aren't. But you get to have that honor, don't you? But please remember that flux, again, is the amount of stuff that goes through an opening. Magnetic forces on particular objects as they're moving through a field. What direction do they get pushed? Those are your various right-hand rules. And then it looks like the geometric and physical optics, and then the modern stuff, which I guess is what I was making videos on, they're not going to celebrate over, okay? But that is something that you guys have all seen before. Now, again, what I'm going to do is go back to this site, which again is something, hopefully this is not the first time you have seen, but this shows you of all the AP classes. Holy shnikes, look at all those art classes. And then you have English. And then the history and AP US government. Psych, that's all in your head. Look, the two calculus classes, a stats class, what are the odds? And then the computer science. But look at all these sciences, all right? So there's the physics one, the chem, the C mechanics, and if you scroll over, there's the E&M, and then there's the deuce, baby. And then these again are the other ones that all the AP languages and what have you. But again, every AP class has what I'm about to show you, which I'm hoping this is not the first time you have seen. Which one is this? This is the mechanics. This is E&M. This is you. Look at you. Huh? All right, now this is a very extensive list of videos, okay? Please know how to find this. This was from the AP website, all of their review sessions. that they've been holding, and some have yet to be held. But these first, what, six, one, two, three, these are all waves and optics. So the lenses and mirrors, interference and diffraction, and then the radioactive decay, particles of waves. I think these first ones are ones that they put out there just to kind of finish the curriculum for the year, the content for the year. The one that I think you need to start with is number 9, density and free body diagrams with fluids. Okay, this is the stuff that you guys did as summer work going into the year, so it's been a long time. All right, but density, again, the mass divided by volume. Fluids and buoyancy, remember the rho g v is a buoyant force, a rho g h is the pressure that you feel at a certain depth. But please, free body diagrams, again, how many arrows do you see? Anything that's floating, you can treat it like a Newton's second law problem, because it's a Newton's second law problem, which is when you draw the arrows and sum all the forces and it equals something or it equals nothing. All right. Buoyancy, then I just said. Now conservation of mass rate, that's the A times V, the area times velocity. And as the area changes, the velocity changes. That's one where I think we had a question about draining a swimming pool into my neighbor's yard, if you remember that. It was just a funny kind of question. And then conservation of energy in fluid flow. That's Bernoulli. Anytime fluids move, you use the Bernoulli equation. All right. So those 4 videos are a fantastic place to start as getting some review. I know they seem pretty long, but hopefully they're pretty easy. You can kind of click through them a little faster. And when you get through with those, you can go back to the Schoology page, and there are all kinds of review sheets for you to go through. And the book that is this one, which again, I don't have the 2 one, I'm sorry, that's the C one, but the book that is that one has a whole set of stuff to go through that is based on that particular topic. All right. After that, you see heat and energy transfer. So this is when we're getting to thermodynamics, and this was the ideal gas laws. This is when we had PV diagrams for heat engines, and then internal energy and energy transfer and thermal equilibrium. Ooh, entropy. Entropy, everybody's favorite. So I would link those topics together. So the heat energy 13, 14, 15, and 16. Okay, those videos are one topic. Again, go through those. When you're done with those, you can go back through the Schoology page, and there are review sheets dealing with that topic. And again, hit that white book, the 5 steps to a 5. Those are places to go to get more review. Plus, there are review questions on the College Board websites also. So there's all kinds of places to go. And then they have the electric charge. So this is all static electricity here. And the electric fields and energies, field lines, again, are another one to remember when we drew the electric fields from point charges or from a collection of charges. So all of these free body diagrams, again, it's the same type of thing as in floaters. You just draw the arrows acting on them. But please remember how, in charge distribution, how if you're in a conductor, they will always go to the outside because they're very repulsed by each other. And then conservation of Q, all that sort of stuff. And then you remember the loop rule. Please remember Kirchhoff's junctions. It has a junction rule and a loop rule. And the loop rule is when you lose all your potential as you go around that circuit, right? The battery gives you potential, and then the resistors take the potential away. The junction rule is conservation of Q. Every Q that goes in has to come out. So that's, you just add up the currents at any given junction. Capacitors, please remember the CV equation. All right, Q is equal to CV. Resistors and capacitors, how those come together, they're called RC circuits. And I think I remember a quiz over RC circuits, capacitors, and what have you. Now, the magnetic permeability and magnetic flux. Remember, flux is the amount of magnetic field lines, or any given field line, that pass through a specific area. when that flux changes is when you generate an EMF. But the magnetic permeability, again, that's probably the permittivity of free space. That's a mu sub 0. And remember, the electric permeability is K, right? The electric field constant, which I guess I'm looking up there, but looks like they don't have something specific to the letter K. For that, then magnetic forces, magnetic flux part 2, and then here's more just approaching AP questions talking about magnetics and induction. So this is just strategies on how to do it. Now, some of these they haven't videoed yet, so they will be going live on April 27th, which is later on today at 5 o'clock. They will talk a little bit more about resistance and capacitance. So if you want to watch it live. This is when they will be generated and shared with the world. The ones that they have done in the past are available just to click on and watch, and it is an actual honest to goshness AP physics teacher talking and doing demos. This is the one that I showed you before. So that video is one that is in the video I posted 3-ish weeks ago, right? I'm just showing you very, very specifically where to go and then what to do once you have seen those videos. So watch these videos in those topics, all right? They're all there, made by real, honest to goshness AP folks. When you watch those videos, go back through Schoolo, Lalo, G, and then go to the white book that is the 5 steps to a 5, okay? Watch them in the groupings of what I had said, numbers 9 through 12. Watch that group together. Then watch numbers 13 through 16. Watch numbers 13 through 16 together as a group, or all at once, or obviously it's 4 hours, but a little bit here and there. That's one topic. All right. 17, 18, 19, it looks like 20, probably 17 through 20 is one topic. And electric charge, it looks like this one in the Kirchhoff's rule. This is probably where we're getting into circuits here. But it looks like the circuits one, the V's equals I's, R's, is probably, well, it has to be with capacitors, electric fields, energy, magnetic forces. These have to be where they have the V equals IRs, resistors and capacitors. That's got to be where those are. Magnetic permeability, again, we said, so this is all one topic. These 3 are one topic. So this is another topic, but that'll help you break it down into various locations. And then again, on my Schoolo Allo G page, then what we'll do is just go back here. And once you have that, again, in any of these, the summer work, that is where it told you about fluids, the kinetic energy, and thermodynamics. This is all one topic. It looks like you don't have to do the waves or the mirrors and lenses, but then the electrostatics is certainly there, circuits is certainly there, magnets is certainly there, and it looks like modern physics isn't. And then this is that video that I posted a while back that shows you where these resources are. So once you go through this playlist that I showed you here, this particular playlist, go back to the Schoology page, take a look at some of those review sheets, go to that white book, or again, you can also just Google AP Physics to review materials. You could do various questions. If you have something out of that white book that you want me to go over, please feel free to email it to me. I will post a couple of review sheets as just some homework assignments to do between now and then. But please, please, please do not think you don't have anything going on, or that that there aren't any materials available. Holy shnikes, you have this whole entire playlist. Okay, so this particular set of stuff, again, is something that I mean, that's what you're going to need. All right, that is what tells you what AP Physics 2 is made of. All right, so please keep going through those. We'll have more fireside chats, we'll have more review sessions, but this gives you a concrete place to click on and a place to start taking more review notes on, and in something that, I don't know, but hey, keep going. I miss y'all. Yay, physics.